Hey, what's up, guys? So after hearing numerous good things about it, I listened to a couple great reviews of it, and a couple of my friends bothered me to go see it with them, I finally got around to seeing Edge of Tomorrow, even though the marketing and trailers made it look like a bad or similar version of Oblivion, and though I liked Oblivion, it was not the greatest movie and not one that I would rewatch, and I'm glad to say that Edge of Tomorrow is nothing like that. Plain and simple, it's set up as a Groundhog's Day with aliens, and that's not a bad thing, and that is what it is. Apparently, it's an adaptation of a novel/manga called All You Need Is Kill, which is a much better title. Why'd they change it? I don't know, but I never read the novel, never heard of the manga. I think it's relatively new, so for all intents and purposes, this is an original IP, which is something that we don't get very often. The last original IP I remember was Oblivion, and we all saw how that worked. And this original sci-fi IP, by the way. So this was nice, refreshing original IP from a sci-fi, and probably the best original sci-fi IP I've seen since The Matrix, all the way back in 1999 or 2000, which is, I know, saying a lot, but it's saying the truth. Yes, I liked it more than Avatar. Was it as visually impressive as Avatar? No, but it had a really tight, good story, which I didn't think had many flaws. The action, there's a bit of shaky cam, but it's not like bothered shaky cam. It's kind of like more like the Bourne Identity shaky cam, where it's like, alright, this works for the story. This had that kind of shaky cam, but there was also big action set pieces, and the way they handle the time travel was really cool, because sometimes you'll see him the first time he's going through a certain segment of a day, like the very first time you see him, and he gets killed, and he respawns or whatever, kind of like a video game, basically. And he, other times he'll be like on the third or fourth time doing this, so he'll know where a bunch of aliens are going to pop up. And I like the way how sometimes they would cut it to where we didn't know that he was already here. There's one scene in particular with him and Emily Blunt, which I think is really strong, the way that they handled this idea. And then also there's other times that this is a really good edited movie, which is shown through the fact that it'll be like a insta-death joke, insta-death joke, insta-death joke, and it's just the way they cut some of those made the dying really fun, which is not what the trailers showed at all. Tom Cruise did amazing at this. Just let's take a moment to think about this. He is 51 and still does all his own stunts, and he's basically the biggest and only relatively action star we have, except maybe Jason Statham nowadays. 51, moment of silence. Yeah, he's a badass, plain and simple. And then Emily Blunt, definitely really strong in this role. It's nice to see a strong female role pop up every once in a while, and it really works because this didn't have to be a female role, but the female role worked for this character, and it did have to come into play later, maybe. As for the supporting cast, Bill Paxton was great, but every other supporting cast was there. Weren't bad. They had some jokes, but you didn't get connected enough to them to care what was up. It was basically just a Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise movie with aliens. The alien designs were cool. The action's cool. Overall, it's just a cool, fun movie that you need to go see, because it's worth getting some tickets for it. I think it didn't increase in tickets this week, but it fell less than 50% at the box office this week, so good for it. Hopefully it'll get positive and we can get more original IP or more manga adaptations, because the last time that manga adaptation happened was Dragon Ball Evolution, and it's all best that we forget that. So, to grade this movie, is it a perfect film? No, but it doesn't have any glaring holes where I'd be like, there's a problem with this. So for that reason, Edge of Tomorrow gets an A. So yeah, I liked it. I hope you go check it out and like it yourself. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you next time.